Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to an episode of Dreadlocks. I'm Gunther the Great, and today we're going to be looking at the famous Harry Samba. Nobody really knows who this guy is, but we all see him on Google when we search dreadlocks, and everybody wants to have dreadlocks like him. Nobody knows how to get them like him. Nobody knows who he is, but it's Harry Samba. I don't know his name on Instagram, but you guys can see it right here. Make sure to go check him out because he has some really dope dreadlocks, and it's really cool to actually be doing a review on him because I've seen his pictures for many years, 5 to 6 years, and I never knew who he was until someone requested it, which leads me on to this. Comment down below who you guys want to see next and who you want to see a review on and how to get your dreadlocks like them, and also comment down below how you started your dreadlocks. Leave both of those comments and I'm definitely going to read all the comments down below. But let's get straight into it. Harry Samba, if you guys don't know him, well, now you do. I'm almost positive all of you guys have seen this guy on Google, Instagram, somewhere. On my thumbnails I've used his pictures before, but Harry Samba has some really dope freeform like dreadlocks, and we're gonna get into how he started them and how he maintains them and how he gets his hair to look the way that it does. And I think this is a very popular hairstyle, and I love this hairstyle. I think it looks clean, and you know, it has like a little bit of messy, but I like the fade with it as well. So we're gonna break down every single thing, so let's get into it. So first off, let's talk about his hair type. His hair type is most likely a 4B. I wouldn't say a 4C because 4C is really tight curls. Now a lot of you probably would consider his hair a 4C, but we're gonna just say 4B, 4C. We'll just balance it right there. So if you want to get your hair exactly like him, your hair type would most likely have to be in that range. Now you could have a 4A, but it's not gonna look exactly like his, which, let's face it, everybody's dreadlocks is gonna look different. But if you want to get him pretty close to his, 4B and 4C is definitely the way to go. And I know you can't control that, but let's get into everything else and you can see how you can kind of aim to getting your dreadlocks like his. So with this hair being this texture, we can say that he started out with maybe a towel rub or sponge rub. I'm not saying that he most likely did this, but I am saying that you can get your hair like his if you were to start out with sponge rub or towel rub. But at the same time, his hair could have freely formed out of nowhere. But if you want to get your hair like his, you can either freeform or do it with the sponge or towel rub. So what do we got so far? You have 4B or 4C hair type, and then say you add in a sponge rub, and a link to the tutorial and the dreadlock sponge itself is going to be down below, so you guys can click on that and check those out. Now another thing that makes this haircut really clean is the fade, and I think this is what makes it the cleanest. Now it doesn't necessarily make the haircut distinct because a lot of people have high top fades like myself, and you know, Jane Smith had a high top fade at one point, and XXXTentacion and all these other people had high top fade, so it's not much of a distinction, but it does give it a very clean look. And that's what I love about having the freeform dreadlocks with a high top fade. It makes the look, in my opinion, a whole lot better just because it takes a very clean and crisp look with a sort of messier look, if I could say it that way with the lack of better words. It just looks really cool. But that's all to it when it comes to his dreadlocks. They're very cool and they're really nice and they're very distinct when you look at them. But it's really as simple as that with everything that he did. If you really want to say it plain and simple, freeform dreadlocks with a high top fade, and that's really all he probably does is gets a high top fade. He probably doesn't even do anything to his hair. But if you want to manipulate it and make it to where it looks like his hair on yourself, like I said, use a sponge or whatever you have access to or what you want to purchase, and you can definitely get your hair like his. Now if you have hair that isn't a 4B or 4C, say you have something in the 3s, then it's still possible. You could even do, you know, twisting with gel, but just at the tips, don't go all the way down to the roots. Because as you notice about his dreadlocks don't go all the way down to his root because there's no maintenance as far as twisting or anything of root maintenance. And that's one thing you have to focus on with getting hair like his. Don't do any root maintenance. Just do maintenance at the tips of the dreadlocks. But guys, I'm gonna lead on to the product of the day, which I mentioned already, which is the dread sponge. I'm gonna leave a link to that at the top of the description. Make sure to go get a dread sponge if you want to get your hair like his, or if you just want to try it out. And I would definitely recommend it. It really works. That's how I got my first set of dreadlocks, which turned out great. And that's actually how a lot of people are getting their dreadlocks now, is with a dread sponge. But if you want your dreadlocks to look great, get a dread sponge, try it out. Along with the dread sponge, I want to mention all these other products that you can be found at Dreadlocks.com. And if you visit Dreadlocks.com, you'll find that you can make your dreadlocks the best way possible. So make sure to go click that link down below and go check it out. You can find your product, your videos, features of people with awesome dreadlocks, which you could be featured on there. But you guys, that's today's video. Hopefully you really enjoyed it. Make sure, like I said at the beginning of the video, to comment down below who you guys want to see next on the channel and also how you got your dreadlocks. But other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.